I'm Maia Wilkins, and I danced for the Joffrey. Was fed through the Joffrey school as an apprentice, and then with the main company, kind of probably a little over 20 years, all totaled 18 years with the main company. And I worked a lot, very much with Gerald Arpino, that I was basically as an apprentice and brought through because of him seeing early performances. And so it was very much, as a young dancer, Mr. Arpino, was kind of rooting for me in a way. And got to work with him a lot with his ballets, from smaller parts at the beginning all the way through to the end of my career, and having him choreograph his last piece on me. Light Rain has been a Joffrey signature piece since its premiere, and it was choreographed. Gerald Arpino, it was young dancers, group of dancers, and really wanted to capture not only their ballet technique, it's a ballet for them, but also a chance for them to kind of show off their thing. Whether it's they're grooving at the dancing at night, or kind of other to their music, their time. Gerald Arpino liked to spend a lot of time in San Francisco, and he was walking around and he heard the music, this group jamming in a cafe. And that's where he met the composer and asked, "Hey, can I use some of your music? Will you work it in so that I can make a ballet to it?" And so I think that it's very sexy. Light Rain is a very sexy ballet. It has a lot of energy. It's like beautiful bodies and this shimmering light of what we can do with our bodies too, as an ensemble in the first and third movement, with the centerpiece being a very sexy pas de deux.
As a dancer with the Joffrey Ballet, you performed in Light Rain. What role or roles did you do, and what did you enjoy most about performing the piece?
As far as being, I think at the middle of my first year in the company, well, no, I have to say I started learning as an apprentice, because it had been the early 80s, 1980. And so I've been learning the piece and watching it growing up. So at the end of my first year, I went into the quartet woman. And I've done that the most, learned many others, and then performed pas de deux as well, the most, with 4 different partners over different times. There's a lot of camaraderie in kind of a small company that you feel that you're with your friends and there's still a lot of competition, but you tour together and you spend hours and hours together in a very intimate setting. And that I think that some of the most fun is that, including just during the intermission, putting on your unitard and doing your hair, we all felt like we had the best part. And it's like, be sitting next to my best friend, we do our little bobbies however we wanted them, and we all knew that our part was the best, that we got to shine in it, and we all felt that way, so we kind of brought that to the stage too. And it was like in a fun way, back and forth too, with each other, and that in a lot of Arpino's works, and in Light Rain, because it's so free, that you could have that connection with everybody on stage. And I think with Arpino's works that there's definitely a style, there's definitely set steps, but sometimes you get that freedom to explore what you're going to find in the feeling that you're giving back to the audience. And so that was great to find our own individual moments with each other and our friends, and those little eye winks and connections that we had a lot of fun with too on stage, which I think really translates to an audience as far as a different piece. And in Arpino's work, there is a lot of pattern work that can be fast. It's fast music, but we still want the grand allegro, the big jumps all the way. And you have to be with that spacing, with that timing, but at the same time, you're so connected and intimate with each other that that's where you get those connections with each other, really working together as a team. Sometimes I say, is the musical analogy that we have solos, but as a quartet or an orchestra, you can't make that sound without the balance of these other instruments. I think that's realizing it as an ensemble piece. You can't make that look without working with each other, and you're only as tight and as beautiful as making those shapes and qualities.